Hello, everybody. It's Bob Anderson, and today is January 7th, 2024. And I'm doing this video to kind of go over a trade that I took today, but also to kind of emphasize something that I said a few videos back when we were in the midst of the holidays and stuff. Because I had a couple people message me, how come you're not talking about the continuation trades? Well, that's because I said in the holidays that I'm not taking the continuation trades because I don't feel that the momentum is in the market through the holidays to take them. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know, but I know I washed that out of my mind. But yesterday I took a beautiful continuation trade. Took a beautiful continuation trade in the NQ, worked absolutely beautiful, ran right up. My target was $500, ran right up and literally stopped. Like, I don't know, maybe 5 ticks from my target, which any of you know the NQ, a tick is literally like nothing. And then shot straight back down. I had grabbed my stop, slid it up behind everything, and I got like $85 on the trade. Fast forward about 15 minutes later, another setup happened. Bam, bam, bam. $500. I shut the system down. I was done trading yesterday. Hold on, give me a second. I'll tell you. I mean, not that I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to explain that. My goal is to trade little. Really, it is. My goal is to trade little. I was done trading yesterday at 10:15. Okay. I was done trading today at 9:01. 9:01. Now, should I have traded more? Yes. And I'm going to show you why. And let me just explain why I didn't. I have to go pick somebody up at the airport. Got people coming in from out of town. And so I got to get a little bit of work done. And then I got to get in my car, and the airport I'm picking them up from is over an hour and a half from my house, yada, yada, yada. So I really don't have time. So I kind of knew today, sitting here in front of my charts, that I needed to pre-market trade to see if I can see something. Beautiful freaking trade setup. I'm going to go over these trades in detail. I'm going to go over today's trading in detail. And today's trade that I took was the optimal continuation trade setup. The one I took to be one and done. By the way, that makes me, for this week, I've taken 3 total trades, and I've made, hold on here. Let me think. Yesterday was, hold on here. Let me think. $585. And today is 325, 585, 3 trades, $910. Okay. Now, what I'm going to show you is a $900 trade that I missed when I took a shower to get ready to go to the airport. Okay. Am I upset that I missed this trade? No. Do I want to show it to you? Absolutely. Because I want you to understand what it is I'm looking for in these trades. All these trades that I'm going to talk about today are going to be the continuation trades. I might randomly talk about other stuff that's set up because I get excited. You guys know that. The thing that I'm most excited about, honestly, is the patience that I feel in myself. I know that like tomorrow I've got appointments. My modular business is really slowed down. Let me give you just some quick facts about my modular business. And, our government in this country, for those of you that don't live in the United States, our government in this country is absolutely atrocious. And so it's just literally destroyed the housing industry for at least the last 6 months. So coming into the end of the year, I had less houses in construction than I've had in at least 8 years. Let me fast forward on one element about that. I have more employees today than I ever had 8 years ago. So that's not a good thing. So I have to get this business moving. I have been trying. It's just it's like trying to find worms, in the ground in the middle of the winter. They're just not hard. They're just not easy to find. So, anyways, worms to go fishing. That's what I meant. So, anyways, I have got to move my modular business forward. Some of my employees may be like, "Oh, this is great. We're not working as hard." A lot of them don't understand. You ain't working as hard. It may be because you ain't going to have a job long from now. But anyways, my point of all this is that I'm trying to just focus on certain, again, in doing this has really helped me. Focused on certain times of the day and then be done. If there's a trade if no trade set up at all, I just walk away. I don't sit here and stare at these charts all day. Now, do I go back and look at them at the end of the day? Absolutely. I want to go back and look at them. Rinse, wash, repeat. Patterns repeat. Okay? There's a famous guy from many years ago called Nostradamus who told the future. The thing is it's almost sometimes his prophecies are so accurate that you think that we're in a time machine, that we keep going backwards and forwards. This guy happened to live through our times. And he wrote down notes, and he got to keep his notes and go backwards again. Well, Sam McDaniel. That's what happens when, hold on here. Speaking of employees, that's what happens when you have, when you've studied these patterns that I talk about enough. You literally feel like the $900 trade that I did not take today because I was taking a shower, literally went from the entry point I would have taken to the exit point I would have taken. Literally. And then reversed. How would I know that? By the way, just so you know, I walked in on this chart when the entry had already happened, but the target had not already happened. And I sat there and said, damn thing's going right there. And that's exactly what it did. You know how you know that? Because I feel like Nostradamus. I feel like I saw the video, now I went backwards, and then I called the call. You get what I'm saying? Enough time of seeing these same patterns, which are simple patterns, the more successful you will be at doing this. So let me get to the charts because that's the most important part of this video. All right, so let me get to the charts. Let's go. Okay, so this is the NQ chart. So let's just talk about pre-market here for a second. Couple things I was looking at. See, the overnight open is right here. The prior day close is right here. So everything's kind of tight. It's kind of close. So we are in the pre-market, we were in a down market. Okay. But if you'll notice, it's stair stepping its way. Notice this. Just kind of look at this. We're stair stepping up, down, up, which is higher than here, down, up, which is higher than here, down, up, which is higher than here, down, up, down, which is higher than here. We're stair stepping our way back to the overnight open. Then, now this is all like 4 a.m, blah, 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 blah. Then it broke down and did a dive to head back down this way, and it got rejected back up into this area. Okay. So anyways, long story short, I want to show that we started doing the same thing here. Stair stepping here, down. This is higher than here. Then up. This is higher than here. Then, this is higher than here. And then down. And then up. And all of a sudden, we're like consolidating on top of the 5-minute red line. Okay. Now, I've talked about this before in previous videos. I consider the 5-minute red line a direction line. It's telling me in the short term, are we going long? Are we going short? Just like the overnight open, it tells you right here, are we going long or are we going short? Look at that rejection at before midnight. Look at that rejection of the overnight open. Look at that. Just that magic number. Look at that. Look at the rejection here. I just learn how to follow these simple trades: the overnight open, the 5-minute red line, and the 1-minute gold line. And I'm telling you, it's you know how much money is from here down to say back to here, which was the low of the day so far. From here to here, I mean, that's got to be at least $1,000 a contract. But anyways, so let's talk about the trade I took, and I'm going to do something to show it even clearer, because it was a continuation trade. So I want to get to that. Keep in mind the market is live right now. I'm videotaping this at 10:55 in the morning because I'm done trading and I got to get going to the airport. So I'm going to get this done and start uploading it and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, so I come in, turn my charts on like after 8:30 when I get my coffee, and I see we're sitting on top of the 5-minute red line. And I'm like, interesting. And then I squunch the chart and I go, oh, the overnight open's above me. It's not below me. I was kind of hoping it was below me, so I'd be looking for a long. At the same time, not that it's really relevant, I look at the Russell, and the Russell is on the long side. It's north of its overnight open. So I'm like, well, the market looks like it's going up, blah, blah, blah. Here's a big pivot right here. Right here, okay? Now we're talking about stair stepping. What way are we stair stepping? Here's a big pivot right here, okay? Push back down, and then boom, 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 consolidation. This thing ran up and broke this pivot to the left. That's the point of having this Donchian channel that looks back 60 minutes. It helps identify that you're breaking some structure to your left. Breaking structure to your left. And I look and I say, well, damn, here's the overnight open. Oh my God, they're going to run this thing back to the overnight open. The Russell's already north of the overnight open. They're going to run this thing back to the overnight open. That's what's sitting in my head. I looked at to make sure there was no news or any of that stuff going on. There wasn't any until 10 o'clock. You know, that's another thing. You always got to know when news is. And, you know, this pull down right here onto the 5-minute red lines and then rejection, that's not a trade because this is not a new high. You know, this isn't a Donchian pullback, any of that stuff. But look at the conviction. Look at the conviction. Remember I talked about north, south, north, south, north, south. Is the market going north or south, or is it going sideways? You're looking for north, south, not sideways. It's when it comes out of the sideways and starts running the patterns that you need to be paying attention. Okay? So let's go back over here and I'm going to blow this up. No, remember that the overnight opens up here. Okay? So what I want to do is I want to do this just to emphasize something. Let me get into my indicators. I'm going to yank some of these indicators out on purpose. Remove. Hold on. Give me just a second. I'm working. I'm trying hard here, folks. I know this is boring. But you know what? Trading is not supposed to be exciting. It really isn't. Not if you're going to be successful at it. Now, remember, we're north of the 5-minute red line. Remember that, okay? Here is a full-fledged candle below that 9 EMA, our 1-minute gold line, our 1-minute trigger. I'm showing you this because this is my ideal pattern right here. My ideal pattern. North of the 5-minute red line, and we have a candle, open, close, solid, below the 1-minute gold line. Remember, I'm just looking to my left. that we then have a conviction movement up through the Donchian Channel, which is to my left. That's what this thing's for. 60 minutes back, the high point, there it is. We pierced it. And then I want to show you this, because let's go candle by candle. Let's go candle by candle. This is very important. Let's go candle by candle. So I'm looking, when this happened right here, I'm looking for this thing to pull back. Then this candle opened and popped up north of here. What does this tell you? What does this tell you in my rules right here? That this candle right here eclipsed this candle here to the left without piercing the gold line. That means a no go. No go. No go. If the candle to your left, if the top of the candle to your left is pierced by the candle to the right before you pierce your 9 EMA, there's no trade there. So, perfectly honest, I'm sitting here drinking my coffee and I see that happen and I went, okay, well, and I just started relaxing, didn't worry about it. So, let's pay attention. Next candle. Bam! Whoa! We just broke that Donchian channel even higher. So now we have a reset of price action above the candle, above the 9 EMA. We had this happen, which I love that. When we have price below it and then roll up and come back, that's my favorite. Not the one that keeps sitting on top of the 9 EMA. Okay, which I'll explain that here in a second. So, anyways, here we go. What happened next? Ooh, okay. So now we're looking for a pullback from here to here. We haven't quite pierced the gold line yet. Then, bam, we pierced it. Not only did we pierce it, we literally cleaned out a whole gamut of stops of whoever rode this ride here, which in the NQ, it is notorious for doing that. Reaching to clean out all those stops. Now, I had a screw up in my entry here. It didn't hurt me, but I'm just gonna explain it to you. Now, for those of you that have ever traded the NQ, you know this. This thing is like a bucking bronco. It is not for the faint of heart. Okay? So I had my order sitting here dragged, and I was waiting for this candle to close. Well, I'm paying attention and get to like 3, like just like it's doing now. Okay, 6, 5, 4, and I'm like, click. Well, that last 2-3 seconds, that thing literally sprung right through, took me in on this candle. Was not the intention. My entry was supposed to be once this candle closed right here. So now all of a sudden I'm like, shit, got in early. Now I'm not very nervous because look at this hammer candle. It was obvious when they reached down through this 1 minute gold line that they were just cleaning out stops and reversing. I mean, it became as obvious as the nose on your face when you see a candle that looks like that. It's as obvious as the nose on your face. So anyways, next candle. Now I'm going to talk to you about how I handled this trade. Okay. So then it shot up. So this candle right here to my left was pierced by this candle here, which is our primary objective. When it did that, now mind you, when I enter this trade, my target's 100 ticks on my NQ and my stop is 40 ticks. Okay, on my NQ. Okay. Now we're gonna get into some details on this in a second. Once this thing pierced the top of this, I dropped my stop below this candle. Once this candle pierced, this is imperative on the continuation trade, okay? Because the continuation trade is supposed to be, the most reactive trade that I have. Of course, you could argue that the overnight open is right along that way too. But anyway, so it's supposed to be a very reactive trade. It's supposed to be a slingshot. So once this candle right here got pierced by this candle here, I put my stop underneath here. Give it a tick or two, but I put it right here. I mean, we're only talking $5 a tick. All right. So that's where my stop's at. Visualize as this candle closed. Then this candle happened. Wow. Wow. This is exciting. Now, let's scrunch this up for a second. See this right here? This is the yesterday's close. This is the overnight open. I took my target, which happened to be up in here, and I put it right here, right in here. If I front run these because I'm like, okay, this is a valid target. We haven't been to the overnight open since before midnight. And does everybody see the reaction at the overnight open? You don't want to be on the wrongs. You don't want to be long. You don't want to be long when it hits there. Okay? Does that mean it's going to work that way? No, it doesn't. But so I had my target right here, meaning I'm following my new hopeful goals, which is to find my targets and put them there, and then wait for the market to confirm my targets as accurate. Okay? We're going to talk about that again here in a second. So let's go. Let's go. So this candle pierced this candle. So my stop went here. I'm sorry. This candle pierced. Jesus, let me get this. Sorry, I said that all wrong. When this candle pierced this candle, I put my stop under here. God dang it. Sorry. I'm very sorry. When this candle pierced this candle, I put my stop under here. Okay? I moved my stop up and put it under here. Because now this candle has been validated by the piercing of the top of this candle. God dang it. That's what I meant to say. All right? So, then this candle happened. This candle pierced this candle. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, but we're kind of out in limbo. So what I did is I threw my stop at even. This is what I did. I threw my stop at even, a couple ticks up. This is exactly how I walked myself through this. We pierced the Donchian channel. I'm looking for the bigger number. I don't want to just get shaken out. What did it do? Whoa. It broke down below this candle here. And it even, now here, this is what I want to show you, okay? This is why I say that the NQ is vicious. The NQ is vicious. It is absolutely vicious. See the bottom of this candle right here? This one right here? And see the bottom of this candle right here? It's hard to see, but this one is a tick lower than this one. If you followed this in open space, I call this open space. Open space being there's space between the 9 EMA and the candle. Okay? There's space. You're not sitting on it like you are here. Okay? When you're in that open space, these guys are vicious that trade this NQ. So I didn't chase it. I did not chase the bottom of this candle. I just let it sit there and meander, and they pulled down one tick below that, and then which was still north of the 9 EMA, and then shot it straight up. Now, is that not vicious? Is that not vicious? That is absolutely freaking vicious, if you ask me. Once they shot that thing up, I then put my stop underneath here because we've gone into another zone, blah, blah, blah. And then bam, there's my target, front run, the overnight open. But I want to point out this right here, okay? These guys are vicious. These guys are vicious because that was done intentional. That was done intentional. That was done to clean out the guy following the candles. This candle got pierced to the top. Then this candle, one candle over, got pierced to the bottom. It's freaking vicious. So with the NQ, I have found that I fight my way to even, and then I wait for bigger moves to then follow. If this was oil, I would have been more aggressive because this kind of BS does not happen in oil as much as it does the NQ. Okay? So that's how I took this trade. it was for $300 and some and some odd cents, and I called it a day. I went, took my shower, get ready to go to the airport. Let me cut this video off, and I'm going to show you the $900 trade I didn't take. Okay, hold on. Okay, now NQ continued. Keep in mind, there was news. The market opens at 9:30 and it does its craziness. And as I've talked about many times, to ad nauseum, till I'm freaking blue in the face, if you try to trade the NQ at the open, you're just going to get hammered. Perfect example. 932 candle. See, it's got a high and a low. It pierced the overnight open right here. So some may think, oh, let's take the break long. Look at what they did. Oh yeah, they broke it by about 6 ticks, slammed it straight down. I mean, you can't, it's craziness. It's insanity. Okay. So I avoid it. Then secondly, there's no patterns that set up in here, you know, at 9:45 or whatever. And then I know that there's news. I know that there's news at 10 o'clock. Okay. So, like, could you have gotten caught up in a short on the overnight open here? It's possible. I mean, if you wanted to be aggressive, you could have taken that. It would have brought you down to here. And I would highly recommend you got your stop here and you got cleaned out. But anyways, I would have been sitting here waiting until after 10 because I like the market to tell me, are we going north or south? When you're hanging out at the overnight open, I don't know, are we going north or south? Does that make sense? Okay. So anyways, 10 o'clock news happens somewhere around here. I don't even know if there was a reaction or not. Let me see here. Yeah, I guess there's your there's your reaction. See, that's your reaction to the news right there. That's your 10:01 candle, which is your 10 o'clock news. There's your reaction right there. So we're having a down day, at least out of the gate. Okay. So let's keep following this. And I'm going to show you something. This is just so interesting. Oh, let me do this too. God dang it. Hold on here. God dang it. Hold on here. Give me a second. Let me reload. Let me reload all my lines. All right. So here we are down through the low, doing some ups and downs and all that kind of stuff. Nothing hitting our 1 minute gold line, which I'm not really that concerned about it anyways, because we're still too close to the reaction of the news. Then we get past, like, say, 10:05. Watch this. Okay. I'm going to show a couple things here. We keep going down. Now all of a sudden we've kind of got a bottom here. All right. Hold on. Let's just keep watching. Whoa. Okay. So two main things. Number one, coming from a new daily low, which is beautiful. Donchian channels are good too, but a low or a high of the day is even preferred when you're dealing with the 1 minute gold line, the continuation trade. But anyways, then this since we're going short, this low is higher than this low. This low is higher than this low. Boom, here's our piercing. Now, when this candle closes, am I really looking for a short here? I'm going to tell you right now, no. Why not, Bob? I don't like these long tails. I don't like these really long candles because my entry's way out here in no man's land. But anyway, so let's keep going. Ooh, now this is getting a little better from here to here. This candle closes. Let's go short right here. Okay, now I'm going to show you something really interesting here in a minute. So let's say you go short, right? You put your short in here. Okay, now you're in. Now this candle right here broke the bottom of this candle right here. So your stop should be right here in the way I would handle it. Your stop initially was up here, but once this candle right here pierced the bottom of this candle, was pierced by the bottom of this candle, your stop should have been right here. Once this happened, stop should be right here. Okay, now let's pay attention, because what I'm trying to do is get myself to break even. I'm trying to fight myself to break even. Okay, whoa, now see, they did the same thing here. They ran this thing up and clipped the top of this and then pierced it down. I'm telling you, these guys are vicious. They are vicious. They are vicious. Okay, once this shelf is created, I would have grabbed my stop and put it above this candle, both of these candles, but they're vicious. Now, why don't I show you the target that you should be looking for? Oh, look at that. There's the previous day overnight open. Let's put our target right in front of it. Let's front run it at 533. Right there, 533, you're front running the previous day overnight open. Why? Because I would anticipate a reaction there. Well, let's keep going. Bam! You're out. Now, it's hard to believe, but from there to there is $900. One contract. Watch this. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Right there. There you go. Is that not amazing? I find that amazing, folks. Anyways, that is the trade I did not take. But again, we came from up here on top of the 9 EMA. We slammed down, and that was the first pull into. See that? See this candle right here? See that candle? That's opened and closed north of the 9 EMA. Came cross it, down, down, down. Now, mind you, it's chasing price action. This peak right here, this is important. Let me do two more. Let me show you two more things as to why this is a good trade, in my opinion. This top right here, because you got to visualize what you're trying to do. You're trying to make this the new pivot down. Okay? Well, here's the previous pivot right here, down to your low. Here's your other pivot down to your low. Do you see the stair stepping? Stair, down, low, up, down, low, up, down, low. You see that? That's what made this such a wonderful freaking trade. And this previous day overnight open made a beautiful target. Anyways, I want everybody to have a good day. I'm going to talk to you later. Bye.